Ah, Jesus.
Alright, so we're apparently in some sort of industrial place fighting some military guys. Huh.
From behind
I guess the game
cover.
is just... Yeah. Well, the game's trying to keep things fresh and mix it up a bit.
I don't see anything exploding.
Well, I don't know what the hell's going on.
I make fun, but really, this game is actually pretty good at not getting monotonous, especially for a cover-based shooter. At keeping things fresh and different. A little bit of hacking, a little bit of sneaking, a little bit of frontal assault, a little bit of Josh getting shot.
You can't tell me I'm drunk. I decide if I'm drunk.
I shoot better when I'm drunk.
It's so hard for me to imagine Jensen actually taking the opportunity at this point to reach into his backpack, pull out, like, the cocktail he was in a glass he was served by a bartender earlier. Just drink it down, eat the cherry, then pop up and start shooting some more dudes.
I've been saving... Oh, I can't wait anymore. I just gotta have that cocktail. I've been saving it for weeks. It's been here in my pocket. Is somebody waking him up? How does he keep getting up?
I'm not hitting him, I guess.
There's probably... Josh, at this point, it's probably a glitch.
Well, there is another way in here. But...
That way, then. Do that one.
Not certain I want to... Oh, that's the only way in! Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah. You guys remember in Deus Ex 1? Oh, yeah, if only you had a frickin' augment that'd allow you to full arcade without covers. You remember in Deus Ex 1 where there's that one area where there's like a skylight, and if you walk over it, it breaks, and you drop through?
Yes.
There we go. Now I can hack this.
It took you about $1,000 worth of ammunition to kill that guy.
Just go over there and
to make him go to sleep.
Just plant a note in his pocket that says, "You owe me $1,000."
Access granted.
Just all around him on the floor are like a million broken darts just lying around. There's like a thin puddle of tranquilizer all over the rooftop. It's dribbling through the ceiling.
Now.
Yes. He wakes up, his breath is making bubbles. A week from now, he's gonna like lean into some. He's like, huh, I wonder if that uniform is dirty or clean. And he leans in and he takes a big long whiff of his uniform and then he drops unconscious. Because it is soaked with force tranquilizer.
What the hell? They just dropped a security bot in here. Like through the ceiling.
I guess that's because you triggered the alarm outside. I just did this a couple hours ago, and there was no security bot in the room with me, but I had ghosted the earlier area. So that's an interesting change. That's a nice I didn't realize that that was a thing. It's like, oh, you're enjoying shooting your way through this? Well, have fun, idiot. Maybe you should be doing stealth like you're supposed to.
Whoa.
Wow, it took me forever to get that line of boxes you did. It took me 10 minutes to get through there. I kept botching it. It was just... You ever have just one of those game sessions where you're like, just do everything wrong in stealth and you keep outing yourself?
Yep.
Josh ends up outing himself a lot. Haha.
Don't really care if I set off your, oh no, somebody's walking by me alarm. I'm just going to walk through here. Whoa, that was odd. Once again, my frame rate is inexplicably super low.
Now, what we're going to have here is... Tong told us to get a package, and we got the package, and in the package was a bomb. And so now we're going to turn on the bomb, and I don't understand this scene. And so I wanted to bring it up before it happens, because it's really short. So we're coming up in this bomb, and Jensen turns on the bomb, and then it has 10 seconds before it explodes, and he hasn't even worked out how he's going to leave the room yet, which is pretty dumb of him, but why is it set to 10 seconds? Is that a trap set for him by Tong? A trap by somebody else? Or is that just Jensen being a numbskull and not knowing how to properly handle this explosion?
I think it's implied that it was a trap, sort of.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that Tong wanted to get rid of the loose ends.
But what he didn't expect is that Jensen has super jumping powers.
Now,
You know, the
Jensen
last
had
time
been
you went through a
smart.
plate glass window, you got really fucked up, Jensen.
Yeah.
Well, there's not
Okay,
much
no,
left
you're
of him.
dead. That's, you know, no, that was... That, you, no. Sorry, good try, Jensen. Good effort, but you were still right next to a bomb that went off. Your skull is now liquefied by the shockwave.
I'm gonna start
Yeah, I
calling him
thought the same
Sideburns.
thing.
Ah! Ah!
Hey, look,
Why are
it's
you holding
Tracer
your
Tong.
wasn't just for me, was it, Tom?
Wow, it's Tracer Tong.
Wait,
Yay.
that's the wrong side he's holding. I'm pretty sure the
Yes,
other
it
side
is.
is the one that got torched.
I'm pretty sure he
Maybe
should
it's
be
'cause he
holding his
landed
metallic
on it.
robotic... Well, wait, his chest
Richard.
isn't robotic.
I'm going off the grid for a while.
Well, he
Not
did
sure.
get a
He
lot
just
of
got
his
it
organs
covered.
replaced.
What are you up to, Jensen?
Following
And then
the
left
lead.
the flesh and
And
bone.
where exactly is this
It is
lead
confusing.
taking you?
You there! Get that cargo, clear the fire!
Yeah, that's right,
Load out
Jensen.
now.
Don't tell Pritchard what you're doing or what your
Answer me,
plan
Jensen.
is. Or that
Where
you're
are you
even don't tell him
Hell if I
anything.
know, Pritchard. Hell if I know.
So at this
I
point,
can't-
if we had the missing link, this would be where we would go to the missing link.
But we're
8
not
hours
doing
later. Well, actually, it's like 4 days later.
Yeah, it's like 3 days. You would wake up
How many-
on the ship that we were being shipped in. So here's a question that the game poses by this: is why the fuck are there these shipping containers in the first place? That's kind of been implying that there's some weird stuff going on that Tong is involved with.
On the left, brain function. Note how it is not very high.
Just climb right into
Continue.
that stalker crate. Gordon Jensman.
Gordon Jensman.
Gordon Jensman. I'm standing by it. I'm sticking
Any
with it.
chance you're still there?
I'm committing.
Jensen, my God.
What you gonna do about
You've
it?
been offline for days. Where the hell are you?
I was hoping you'd tell
Yeah,
me.
Pritchard, I
I'm
guess you've
pinging
been
you
sitting
now.
at your computer the entire
You're
time.
in
Don't you need to go to the
Singapore.
bathroom by now?
Something's wrong, Jensen.
So
I
you've got all
pinged
these
you,
like
and a second
stasis
later, I lost your
pods.
GPL
The
signal.
question is, well, what
It's
the
like you
hell's in
disappeared
them?
into a black hole.
Got me, Jammer.
Well,
Beef?
obviously.
Imported beef?
If you can find the transmitter
Yeah,
and
that's
take
it.
offline, I'll be able to track
Okay,
you
good.
USDA
That's what I
beef.
guess.
and keep you on a tighter leash.
Grade A beef.
I've got more important things to do than help you keep tabs on me. If Megan and her team are here, there's no time to waste.
Someone hiding over there?
So now we're in Singapore.
Josh, you were a ninja.
Every time I see Jensen roll, I just think of Austin Powers trying to avoid getting caught.
So you sneak by those guys and then you fling a dumpster.
Yep.
A stealth dumpster.
They apparently don't mind.
You're
Apparently-
missing the Final Fantasy post.
That didn't make him hostile. Well, we mentioned the Final Fantasy poster in Pritchard's room a while back, so... That's another locker room.
And somebody pointed out that that's a totally unrealistic Final Fantasy number. And unless they would have to more than double the rate at which they come out with Final Fantasy games in order to get to Final Fantasy, I don't know what that is, 26 or whatever.
It's 27.
So it completely ruins my immersion, and this game sucks because
Oh
they didn't
man,
get that detail right.
Fuck! Why wouldn't they get that right?
It is actually
Terrible
a good
people.
question. Why wouldn't they get that right? It would be awesome if they actually had the number right. And if they actually used that character design in Final Fantasy, whatever the number was.
But isn't this
That would
2027?
blow my
Isn't
mind.
that? It could be like Unreal Tournament 2004. It could be the year, right?
Access granted.
I suppose that's a good point.
Our
Oh,
GPL signals
it
just
is.
popped up.
Oh man, are they gonna
Yours.
like turn Final
Cost,
Fantasy into a
Colvin,
yearly
Barrett.
franchise
I'm
like
not picking up
Madden?
Like
Dr.
Madden?
Because I think
Same
yeah,
information.
that would just cause a riot.
And Pritchard, tell Seraph.
And it would be the same characters every year, or it would be the same story every year. It would be Final Fantasy X over and over again. You just go and defeat Sin over and over, and it just changes your roster. And you're always stuck with Tidus.
Blitzball 2027.
Yep.
Did you just call him Tidus?
Ooh, I
You
got
know,
a ghost
in-
for that.
In the
Access
voice actor
granted.
who played him called him Tidus, so I assume that's how he was told his character was pronounced. Yeah, everybody I know calls him Titus, because, you know, you read it in English, that's what it looks like it says. But the voice actor himself referred to him as Tidus, and I assume he was, he was told that was his character's name by the people who wrote him.
I mean, I guess it's not like they ever say the name out loud because you could change it, right?
Right. Yes, you can name him Meg Ryan, which you should do. We named him Meg Ryan, and then watching. Oh, it was the Spoonie experiment. And he did the exact
Oh
same thing.
god, I
Named
forgot
him.
this map.
He named him Meg Ryan too. So I'm glad I'm not the only one that did that.
I'm gonna name Jensen Ben Affleck. I guess it would make Pritchard Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
So anyway, there's not really a whole lot to talk about narratively here because there's not a whole lot going on. But this does, getting rid of Jensen and putting him in isolation away from the rest of the main plot does allow certain things to happen. Pritchard mentioned that while Jensen was off the radar, Darrow had invited a bunch of industry luminaries and such, like Bill Taggart and Seraph himself, all to come to the Panchaea project.
Can you call Taggart a luminary? That's like calling Jack Thompson a luminary of the games industry. I mean, I suppose he's famous.
Well, he's more successful than Jack Thompson was, at least.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, for the love of...
Yes.
Hostile on the run.
What? Where is he? Fuck.
So,
well, this is lovely.
While we're dealing with this, so we're here. We've got the GPL signals of the Megan's team of everybody except Megan. We've got their signals. So we're looking like Sevchenko is dead, and then there's 3 other people here, and we've got their signals. And we don't have
Miller
Megan's
time.
signal. And we don't have Megan's signal yet.
Yeah.
So we're here looking for them or signs of them, and the game gives us a little bit of a branch here where we can turn off the signal jammer. There's 4 things to do, each of the 3 other people on the team and the signal jammer. We've got to do all 4 of those things, I think, before we can proceed and find Megan.
Well, I've already got the signal jammer.
Oh, you did that already, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, I'm sitting here watching you do it, and I didn't remember you did it.
Going back to what I said earlier, I really don't like the fact that the only real augment you see other people use is invisibility. I really think it would have hammered home the idea that you could be basically technologically made ineffectual by other technology if there were things they could do to counter you, and there really aren't. Just cloaking.
Yeah.
Right. I think
and they're not that good at it.
I think a jump one, like they jump up here on the balcony and try and flank you, would be really cool if you were fighting augment guys that have that. That would be a nice touch, like, whoa, okay, I thought I was safe up here, just shooting guys in a barrel, and all of a sudden they're up here with me.
Or other guys that have arm blades, and you have to sort of avoid getting close to them.
Right, or if you cancel each other out, if you try and knock out a guy with arm blades, if you try and melee a guy who's aware of you, you'll just, both of you will burn an energy cell, so to speak, and not get anywhere.
They did have a guy that,
Access
or well, they did have that boss that blocked the melee attacks, but
Wasn't that all of them?
Yeah, they all
well,
do.
two. I'm not. Well, okay. The first one you couldn't attack with melee. The second one you could attack with melee, but she countered you. I don't know about Namir because I never bothered.
Oh yeah. Namir is the Namir melee is the magical way to beat him. You can only do it when he's hopping over a wall. Like any other time, he either auto counters you or you can't do it. But if you get him as he's trying to hop over the wall, you can instantly end the fight by just boom, put him down. And then it shows him all bloody and beaten.
Get the hell out!
Hello.
This lab is off limits to you people.
Nice to see
Well,
you.
fine. I guess I'll just go home.
Wait a second. I know you. You were Seraph's security guy. Way to protect our asses.
Yeah, gee,
It's just
thanks.
the attitude,
You see
Doc.
these
I'm
arms? I
not
didn't
trying to
have
save
these
you.
when I was
Oh,
protecting
and
you.
now you're here to take me back. Well,
Can
maybe
you
I got
help
blown
her
up.
out?
Maybe I've got more here than I ever had at Seraph.
I don't
Would
think
Vasily
so.
Shevchenko agree with that? They executed him and dumped his body in a
I've
ditch.
got more here.
That's
Like
not
I don't have
true.
to be worried
Believe
about
it.
pesky
Unless
freedom.
these murderers have you so brainwashed, you
Or
don't mind
friends.
building
There-
toys.
I thought that was a nice touch, though, that these guys, like, that some of these guys are kind of brainwashed enough that they're just like, oh, well, maybe what I'm doing can help people. Maybe, you know.
Is Vasily really dead? You saw the body?
What was left of it?
Oh my god. I should have listened to him.
Dr. Colvin, I need to locate the rest of the team.
Did we see
But
the body, or
Dr.
did we
Reed's
just see the
GPL
arm?
isn't broadcasting.
She's in the secured zone.
The arm.
Only the arm.
It was
Guards
implied that they found
everywhere.
him
Then
and
I need a way to get the guards
got
out.
the arm and then discarded
A
the body.
distraction. Maybe a lab
At least I think
accident.
that's
What do you
was
say?
implied.
What those bastards did to Vasily? Of course. But one minor incident in this lab won't be enough.
What about
No.
one guy killing
If a
half the
couple of other
security
labs go up
force?
Simultaneously.
that work?
Declan and Eric. Of course. Interesting idea, Mr. Jensen. Ambitious, but risky. The timing will be critical.
No name and
I'll
what's his nuts?
Can't
Of
be-
course.
But you understand what this call back.
I'm no shrieking violet, Mr. Jensen, but there may be another issue.
They're tracking your GPS.
It can't be any more ambitious and risky than
I've been
having
wondering how to get around
one
that.
private
Smart
security
man.
guy for a
Just like
company that
Vasily.
has no
He had a plan to
jurisdiction
shut
on this
down the
side of the
tracking
planet,
jamming protocols
running
using the
around and
virus.
shooting
Maybe
guy,
Declan or Eric know something more
trying to
about
rescue
A
people
lot of
by
guys.
Let me-
himself.
Let me stop you right there, Josh. No jurisdiction
Okay,
anywhere.
Wait for my signal. Dr. Colvin. When your GPL starts to vibrate.
Zero
set off the
jurisdiction.
distraction.
Full
understand.
stop.
It's just the added thing
I'm
here
sorry
is
for
that
what
you
I
have
said
no
earlier.
jurisdiction and you don't speak the language and you're not a citizen.
Actually, if the game fails as a cyberpunk game in any respect, it's sort of that, in that it really does not sort of lambast the concept of mega companies with super security firms invoking their own interests in otherworldly affairs. Uh-oh.
It tries with Bell Tower.
But, I mean, Jensen is just as guilty of you know,
It's true.
evoking the will of Seraph that...
It's very true.